Hey, how's it going? Pastor Ruffin here. Today is day 13, if you can believe it, of our reading the Gospels in 30 days. How's your reading coming? I hope you're keeping up. We're in Mark chapter 12, 13, and 14 today, and Mark goes really fast, really fast. So we're just cruising through here. Mark's only got 14 chapters in it. So basically, in 3 days, you'll have read, 4 days, you'll have read the whole thing. So tonight you've got chapter 12, 13, and 14, and there's a lot of great teaching. Jesus is already in the city of Jerusalem after the triumphal entry. It's Holy Week here. In chapter 12, there's a really, pretty seminal passage. And of course, it's describing an encounter with the teacher of the law and Jesus. And in verse 28, it says, one of the teachers of the law came and heard them debating. Noticing that Jesus had given the people that he was debating a good answer, he asked of him, of all the commandments, which is most important. So he wanted advice. He's like, Jesus gave a great answer to that. What's the most important command? Of course, he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And the next one is very close to it, love your neighbor as yourself. It says that the wise man who asked the question went away and he said, the man, you are right in saying that God is first in our lives. And Jesus said to him, you are not far from the kingdom of heaven. Pretty cool. Chapter 13, it starts off with the signs of the end of the age. And that's about the lion's share of the chapter there. And there's some pretty radical, some pretty scary stuff in there. For instance, verse 9, you must be on your guard. You'll be handed over to the local councils and flogged. On account of me, you will stand before governors and kings as witnesses to them. And the gospel must first be preached in all nations before I return. That's where that scripture comes from. Mark chapter 13, verse 10, excuse me. And then in chapter 14, we have the Last Supper. Jesus is arrested. Peter betrays Christ at the end there. It is like you've got all these really short chapters in Mark, and then you've got this granddaddy of them all type passages with 74 verses in it. Enjoy your reading. Again, it's Mark 12, 13, and 14. I know that you'll enjoy it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.